It's our first set of Fusion 157. Winners round one, our first match of the night. It's Pokemon Stadium 2 to start. We got Ken, we got King K. Rool, we have Fusion 157 underway.
All right. So both players really getting into it. MT going in with an aggressive shield and parry. Really trying to bait out some of these more laggy air options from King K. Rool. Maybe punish with some of those really quick up tilts. There you go. Get your offense going.
You see MT trying to clear his way back into the game with the Hadouken, but you know, Qibli using all of his armor, all of his range, his power to his advantage, and here comes the Tatsumaki and quick jab there to cancel out the Tatsumaki. Ooh, tilt. Gonna catch the Tatsumaki, unfortunately, not snapping the ledge. It's not that good of a ledge snap move unless it's rising.
The problems there really started with the roll away. That's something that you can time, but you're like rolling away and mistiming it so that you get sent off stage by the cannonball. That's you're forcing yourself into a much tougher situation.
Another cannonball coming Qibli. MT a little dazed right now. He's like stuck in the ledge. He got hit with the King of Skill down smash. Here goes more combos coming in. Ooh, there goes an up throw. He's now at the 77. Misses the up air. MT wanted a focus attack but couldn't get it off. And we're seeing here
a little bit of hesitance here from MT, but finding that up tilt, you love to. Okay, finding that is really good for MT's prospects here in this set. Finding your kill confirm early enough in the match is like, all right, fine. Like I'm playing on stream. There's the millions and millions of Fusion fans are watching right now, but I'm finally warmed up. I'm finally into the game, and you know that you can get the work done.
Here comes more combos from MT. Already got Qibli up to 70%. Really nice comeback so far. 75. Still into the swing kick, forward air. A good up attack right there from Qibli. And I gotta tell you right now, Climb, this seems pretty close for another two frame from the Shoryuken, unfortunately. And Qibli responds back with the Shoryuken.
That's an awesome reversal. When it can be really disheartening for your opponent to hit something like that really precisely on you first stock of game one or second stock of game one, but to come back and just like get the KO is like, yeah, no, you don't get that. You don't get to like live in my head here. And look at all this damage that MT's putting on.
Yeah, this is Ken against heavies. You know, if he gets the one hit going, he gets a lot of hits going.
Oh man.
Did he just lose all his momentum on that jump, or was he?
I'm very happy that I have the stream open here because it's basically like a free instant replay here. Like what? Okay. So I'm on. Oh, here we go.
We're gonna find out here. Because you get the instant replay system here, sends him on the stage, goes for the Tatsumaki, misses the ledge, and just was slow to react.
That I don't know. Might have been an air dodge or something.
No, there was no air dodge. I think it was just slow to react.
Well,
I wonder if MT's gonna say run it back with Pokemon Stadium 2, or are we gonna see a stage swap? And it's gonna be a stage swap to small battlefield.
So here we are on Smattlefield.
Brown gonna interrupt that immediately. Wow.
Yeah, the story of the neutral here really seems to be like how MT responds to Quibli's projectile play here. How like your shield timings and your options out of shield have to be really strong and very like you have to be decisive on what you're gonna do. Because K. Rool is like deceptively very fast in the frame data. It has a lot of moves that can catch you if you're late on your punishes.
Yeah, because Ken has a lot of explosive tools, but so does King K. Rool. You know, we've seen a lot of things connect and have high power. You know, Crumb Ring has a lot of armor. The one bust, even if it doesn't connect, it's like good usage going. And we're seeing right now, MT's got the advantage state on the ledge. Qibli tries to go for the Crown Ring, not gonna get much going. Ooh, not quite enough, Qibli.
Not quite calibrated on that follow up of the Crown Boomerang return. But MT's getting some pretty good punishes off these forward tilts on shield. But both players really keeping it very even, but another nice confirm there from MT, and now finally with a lead. But for how long? Not that long.
Yeah, not that long. It was a little unfortunate going in right there. And Qibli go ahead and hopefully start racking up some damage, but MT just going back at it quickly, and here's Tatsumaki and random Shoryuken there, or was that planned?
I think that was pretty. I think that was planned. I think MT's starting to cook. MT's feeling himself a little bit, and you know, it sounds like these. Sometimes I'm thankful as a commentator for SDs because I really want to see 3 games of this. MT, like, it really seems like they have found their confidence, and it is really starting to trust their offense.
Oh, double down tilt. Just gets the check lead. Another gap attack from Qibli. I think that's his 3rd one to set.
I like the idea of the chase down, but it's just a situation where MT gets wrong.
Oh no!
Oh, okay. Gotta watch that.
That was an input Shoryuken, and that's something you didn't want. That's the input Shoryuken you want.
Even maybe a little bit more even now than it should be, but those are the situations that we find ourselves in.
Fighting game characters and their inputs and misinputs. Am I right?
Yeah. But MT, speaking of non-miss inputs, MT's really hitting these parries very, very well so far.
There's a crown. There's a focus attack. He has a free reign to go for the Shoryuken, but it wasn't inputted. Ground Rust. This attack.
Okay, let's go.
Axe kick. That was gonna put crown down. No, Qibli is gonna get back on the stage safely. Let's see. Oh, goes with a counter immediately, trying to catch MT going aggressive. There's the forward tail.
Very, very deceptive with the movement here.
Let's see what happens here. MT gonna get hit off the get up attack. Blunderbuss not hitting. Qibli, is this dangerous territory?
Behind him,
Shoryuken.
that should be it. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately there for Qibli, Shoryuken gonna force game 3 right out of the gate. A couple of SDs the whole set, and crazy. Yeah, this SD, I don't think he meant to input Shoryuken.
No. But I mean, that's a pretty, like, you can really hang your hat on that game if you're MT, because, like, man, I won that game pretty I won that game pretty comfortably, and I SD'd. So it feels like as the set has gone on, MT has really had the run of play much more. Going back to PS2 now, though, more room on stage seems to benefit Qibli more.
Wow.
If they decide to go for more projectile play here.
Yeah, he already a quick 56-71 for MT after the first initial down tilt swings. Now the 91 air dodge back onto the stage for Qibli. Goes for the forward air. Good escape tool. Blunderbuss is the wrong way though.
Yeah, and this really seems to be a story of like one player really starting to warm up and starting to like find their timings more. Because in that first stock, MT was doing things like using the throw armor to get through the crown boomerang. Like really making good decisions and also executing them well.
A lot of okay, here's another Ken combo. Goes up to Tatsumaki, not gonna connect. Out the forward smash. Down smash. Tatsumaki again.
Ooh.
And the down smash gonna take the stock.
Got a little bit hypey with the offense there. Like, that can definitely happen with a lot of the FGC characters.
Couple projectiles being thrown right now by these players. Qibli now has MT off stage. This is where he wants him into this ledge trap. The shockwave with down smash gonna send him off. There's a berry and reads the match correctly.
And this is it was a really, really great start for MT.
Oh
But
my god.
sometimes you run the risk of turning, like when you're hitting those combos and you're feeling your offense so well, sometimes you run the risk of turning Smash into a one-player game, and that's the moment when you just start running into your opponent's moves. Just because you don't assume that they have agency anymore, but they always do. Especially for like people who can be so punishing.
Yeah, it's like a lot of these. Oh, berry up tilt. This might be the stock. No, it is not. Not gonna get out the top left, so I'm gonna go ahead and reverse focus. Gets back on his ledge with the Shoryuken. Qibli has to respond here. Doesn't get. Oh, I got that down tilt. So disgusting. And oh, not enough for a down air setup.
And this is stuff like this movement is stuff that we were not seeing in game one. That Shoryuken is gonna kill the alligator, and it's going to take the stock. That is a 2-1 for MT.
And an upset on top of that.
Yeah, and it felt like once MT got the momentum on his side, it really just did not let up.
Yeah, and that's like the biggest disadvantage of playing heavy characters against the fighting game characters. You know, Ken's like the most explosive of all, the right next to Kazuya, and apart from the mistakes MT made, it really was all him.
And it wasn't just the combos too. What really impressed me in that set was the movement. Like the four, like the you would definitely, if you told me that MT had been spent the whole weekend playing the Street Fighter 6 beta, I would believe you, because like the dash ins and dash backs, like the way that they were using the focus attack, the like FADC to mix up the movement and everything, really just baited Qibli into a lot of punishable stuff. And you know, if you get your hands on him, Ken can do a lot of damage there. That right there though, like that's something that you gotta clamp down on that a little bit as you go deeper into bracket, because you can't just, you know, assume that your opponent can't do anything once you get your hands on them. If your pressure is not airtight, then the better players in this bracket are going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's unfortunately going to be bad habits that people are just going to catch eventually. And, you know, MT, pretty strong upset to start the bracket. Let's see if he can go any further in this tournament. You know, there's only so much that fighting game characters can do. And it's always been a discussion of, like, do the fighting game characters, the pilots, do they have the skill to do anything? I still think they do. It's just, like, you have to wonder, like, which among the fighting game characters will people tend to master more?
It's funny you say master, because Ken masters.
Yeah, you have Ryu.
I wouldn't say it.
Yeah, I mean, we have Ryu, we also like Terry, we also like Kazuya, you know.
Yeah,
Kazuya's the most explosive of all of them, but like, I think Ryu and Ken are like the basics of fighting game characters.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. I mean, it's funny you say that, but because I think that if like Street Fighter, like I feel like they earn that they earn that moniker just because they're from a much more like grounded and fundamental fighting game. But for somebody who's coming from Tekken, they're like, well, obviously Kazuya is the most most fundamental, straightforward fighting game character, because he is that in Tekken. But love Kazuya. Love these crossover characters. They make the game very fun, very silly. And speaking of fun and silly, we are moving on in our bracket here at Fusion number 157. If I'm reading this, well, we have potentially 2 different matches that we might be seeing on stream next. So I'm going to hold my speculation until we actually see who we've got sitting down.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of matchups just go like any other direction. I mean, remember, we have 86 characters, so we have a whole lot of combinations of matchups.
Yep. Yeah, it's like it really is a lot. It really is pretty overwhelming at times. Like just the sheer amount of matchup knowledge that you need to not get, like, you know, caught with your pants down at any point in a bracket where people are fighting for their lives out in these brackets. Like like we get out of staters all the time, like especially at Bears, who are like, man, what am I supposed to do against Bowser Jr.? Because Philly has 2 PR Bowser Jr. players.
Yeah,
and like, our number one's like a Mega Man. It's like Philly is